Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Institution again. Today in this video, as part of this Linux Advanced Interview Question Series, we're going to see another very interesting and very important interview question on Linux. That is, what is shadow file in Linux? Okay, so what is shadow file? Okay, so we're going to see what is shadow file. Okay, so in Linux, the etc shadow file, is the system file that stores encrypted user passwords and related authentication information. Okay, so here it is designed to protect passwords by storing them in a hashed format and limited access to only the privileged users. Okay, so we're going to see what is /etc shadow file be used for. Okay, etc shadow file is a system file that stores encrypted user password and related authentication information. Okay, let's go back and see this one in real. Okay, now I'm already in root. Okay, so I'm exiting from the root. Okay, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give /etc shadow. Okay, this file. So as you can see here, even the normal user will not be able to view this file. Okay, now what are we going to do is that we're going to log into root. Okay, sudo -i is the command to log into the root, and then what are we going to do is that we see /etc shadow. Okay, shadow command I'm giving it, right? So if you can see this one, okay, so it's going to be giving that, so what we have seen in the explanation definition, the shadow file is the file system file that stores encrypted user password related authentication information. Okay, so as you can see here, it doesn't seem to be stored any of the password information. Okay, because none of these users already been created is the kind of system users, so none of the users so doesn't have a password authentication. So now if you wanted to see the authentication method that has been encrypted and stored in the shadow file, so what we can do is that we can go back to the terminal and then we'll type the command called, okay, add user. Okay, because I'm going to add one user called cloud institution, cloud-institution. All right, okay, so I added the user called cloud institution. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add the password. Okay, passwd, and then the username is going to be cloud institution. Okay, now I'm going to give some password. Okay, so now I'm going to give some password and then enter. All right, okay, now let's go back and see the same file and see what is going to be the password information stored in the shadow file. So we can go back and see vi/etc shadow, and if you can see this one, see previously the EC2 user was the final user. Now we have seen cloud institution with the encrypted password is being added with this the cloud institution username. Okay, so this is what something you should be understanding about. So the understanding about that, so the shadow file. The shadow file used to store the password information and related login information on the users, whatever is going to be creating. So now, if you want to create one more file in one more user, okay, so the add user, and cloud user one, okay, then the password you can see password cloud user one, and then okay, so now if you go back and see the vi/etc shadow file, and then so you can see the cloud user one has been added over here. All right, this one called /etc shadow file is very important file, so that has to be secure and it should be accessible only by the root user. All right, so this was something about, okay, so shadow file. So hope you understand this particular interview question. So if you wanted to see more interview questions like this, so please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and see you again in the next video with another interesting Linux command. Okay, see you guys, see you again.